Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Welcome to Titties and Tarot. It ain't Thursday, it's like Saturday. So welcome to Titties and Tarot. Well, the focal point is the titties. But I hope you stay for the tarot. Appreciate you. How you doing? How your mama now? So, today we're doing the Divine Feminine Collective, picking up on the Divine Feminine energy, what the Divine Feminine energy needs to know, hear, see at this time. The Divine Feminine energy of my most benevolent, and my collective's most benevolent, energetic timeline and vibration. So it speaks to show you. I don't want no bullshit. All right. Came on already. We going already. We got the receptivity card. That is, that's right on par for my divine feminine energies. That is about operating in your receptive energy, operating in your feminine energy, where you are being more so magnetic and attracting in and calling in what it is that you need at this moment in time, instead of operating in your more masculine energy nature with the thunderbolt here. You may be sharing or vibing with a masculine energy with the Tower card, because the sharing card keeps popping back up on the other side of the deck. You could be possibly sharing energy or vibing energies with a masculine energy here, because the Tower is definitely masculine energy. Let's see. What else do we have for my divine feminines at this time? What else do y'all need to know? Was I here last week? I was. What did I do? Did I do a collective? I think I did a collective last week. Yeah. I think. I don't remember. Look, I'm trying to stay in my feminine energy. Yeah, I don't know. We working on it. We got aloneness. So we got the hermit energy. Is this upright? Yeah, it's upright right now, but I feel like I'm gonna do I can't fucking talk. I'm gonna do a double row. Then we have the maturity card here. So we got the hermit, we got maturity, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and we have receptivity, which is the Queen of Cups. And surprisingly, the Queen of Cups is upright. So that is a good Queen of Cups energy here. Let's do some more. Put one more under receptivity. And there's a sharing card again. So that is two queens, actually. We have the receptive energy, and we have the sharing energy, which just came out on the inside of the deck when I was splitting it. So there could be emphasis on a water sign and a fire sign feminine energy, but this can also just be you being more receptive, or being more in your feminine energy, more in your natural nurturing energy. Also with the sharing card, the sharing card is also representative of the Queen of Wands. So it's like you're in your emotional bag, but you're also in your the energy where you're taking care of yourself, because the Queen of Wands is someone who takes very great care of herself, and it's given like more of the physical aspects of caring for yourself. So like beauty treatments, spa treatments, hair, nails, things of that nature, because wands do represent the physical aspect. So you could be working on your physical aspect as well as your emotional aspect right now. So again, underneath the aloneness card, which is the hermit, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the world. So you could be coming out of, or being asked to come out of hermit mode and come back outside into the world, where you're networking with people, getting to know new environments, new energies. And this could also be like why you're being asked to be in preparation, to be in receptivity mode, to be in sharing mode, because for so long you've been inside of this hermit energy where you've been closed off and separated and isolated from I was about to say the universe. Where the hell you been, girl? You could be someone who's very much so in the clouds, be like airhead energy, but I'm not giving that. It's giving more so of a spiritual energy, like where you kind of been closed off in the spirit world, or in the spirit realm. And it's like it's time for you to ground now, and it's time for you to get back out in the field, so to speak. Reconnecting with people, reconnecting with your reconnecting with your culture. I don't know, that could be relevant in some way. We have the Lovers that came out, and that is under maturity. So there could be some relationships at this time that are maturing. That could also be, offering some form of elevation when it comes to, what's going on in that connection. It could be taking things to the next level with the Ace of Pentacles here. And the Innocence card is on the bottom of the deck, which is the Sun. So the light is being shown on some things that weren't too pretty to look at. They were kind of shabby to look at. We have the Devil, but he's in reverse. And with the Sun on top, and then we have creativity. So there could have been a lag in your creative energy. There could have been a creative block of some sort. There could have even been like this layer of fog that could have been kind of like covering your mental space, where you were kind of closed off from your emotions, closed off from your feelings, like even feeling like as far as like sensual touch, anything dealing with the senses. So like you weren't connected. It's giving me the Harmony card. It didn't come out, but the Harmony is kind of like a mind, body, and spirit connection, because they're talking about the heart, the head, but also it's depicting the body. So you could have been separated from your physical body, and a lot of times when we're going through things, we tend to detach, because it's like I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. I feel like I can't deal with this right now. It's just easier to detach and not have to feel anything at all. But you're being called to step back into your body, step back into your wholeness, because there are some beautiful things that are waiting for you on the other side. Your resilience over time is literally what is allowing you to be able to open back up into this energy, into this Ten of Pentacles energy, into this networking energy, into this new lovers situation. And it doesn't have to be lovers because it's underneath the maturity card, but this is also you opening yourself back up to the idea of love. So it's not a youthful concept, it's a mature concept. So this could even be you changing how you rationalize and idolize the matters of the heart in a situation. And this is also like literally you getting back outside. The Queen of Wands is outside. She's beautiful, she's sexy, she is in touch and in tune with her senses, with sensual pleasure, with nurturing herself, nurturing others. Yeah, you see how she has all these, she's adorned, literally. She got these bangles, bracelets, she's got the food, she's got the flowers on her head. And this is all dealing with like the root chakra here. But this is like even the sacral chakra. We got red, we got orange, we got yellow. That is significant as well. I'm actually kind of looking at, I mentioned this in another reading I had earlier, I'm looking directly at like this piece of art, and it looks like a traffic signal, but it's inverted. So there could have been something like where your chakras, or just like your, because everybody doesn't follow the hearing chakras and all that shit. They don't follow that jazz. But just know the root chakra deals with just stability. It deals with just stability. It deals with foundation. It deals with your security overall. Your sacral chakra deals with your creativity. It deals with literal creation. It deals with your reproductive organs even. Then we have the solar plexus chakra, and the solar plexus deals with, your, how you are viewed by the world, how you view the world as well, like how you show up for the world. It's like sun energy. So that's your boldness, your courageousness. you know, how you step out into the world, how you are seen. So there could have been a literal like blockage, or, you know, it could have been, you know, it could have been like a haze over those areas in your life, and now it's being cleared. So it's like if there was a blockage, that blockage is being cleared. You know, it's funny, I took a shower last night. When I took my shower, I took the time to, you know, do, you know, a little bit of extra last night. I did my feet, I did my nails, with just, you know, keeping them, you know, filed down and stuff like that. I do, and I had the urge to, you know, put me some nails back on, but I don't know if I got the time for that right now. But I had the urge to, and I even used some of my my road opener oil on my feet. I used my road opener oil on my feet, on my literal feet, which would represent the root. It will represent the root chakra. So anything that was, you know, causing a blockage or causing a delay, causing a hindrance, should be removed or is being removed. And, you know, that's symbolic of me using that road opener oil on my feet. So that's a road opener oil. It's a blockbuster oil. Yeah. It's actually like a 3-in-1, a return to sender as well. Shout out to Papa. But anywho, yeah. So that could be relevant to you right now. You could be coming out of a phase where you really were trying to get your shit back together. You could have been in a lull. You could have been in a situation where nothing seemed to be moving forward in the manner that you needed it to. But you are coming out of that space, coming out of that energy, with the sun here being on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, breakthrough. Going from a period of nothingness where you were in the void, in the cocoon, like literally shrouded in darkness, to breaking out of that energy. This is the breakthrough. That's justice. So even if there was, again, I said return to sender. So, you know, even if there was somebody who was attempting to send any, you know, evil eye, bad juju your way, anything of that likeness, it's like, fuck that. That shit's being handled. That shit's being dismantled. That shit's being sent back. And you didn't have to do a thing. All you had to do was persevere. The isolation card is in reverse. So that's reconciliation. Reconciliation with your life. Reconciliation with, you know, the people that you may have shut yourself off from during this period of isolation. You know, it's not by choice that there was a, you know, a rubber band on the floor next to me. This is banana bread. You can move it. If you want something, you can have it. I didn't poison it. I promise.
I know you did.
But yeah, the rubber band represents resilience. It was on the floor. It wasn't on the floor when I first initially sat down. But it represents resilience, the ability to be able to snap back from any situation. You know, rising from, you know, the tension from certain experiences that you had to go through. That's literally what it is designed for. It's designed to hold things together. So you may have felt like you were literally like holding yourself together by a thread, but at this point it's like, baby, you are made of elastic. You're okay. You will snap back. You will, you know, even, you know, spring forward even farther than, you know, you felt like you were restricted at this time. So let me see, what else do we have for the divine feminine energies? What else do we have for y'all? And I say we, I don't know who the hell else is here, but hey, I don't know. What else is there for the divine feminine energies? That was only 14 minutes. Should I low-key want to keep this shit short? Because the fuck? Anywho, let's see. Are there any other messages we have for the divine feminine energies at this time? Yeah, we had, I'm not going to keep those. I'm going to put them back. But false person, thief came out, as well as distant horizons in reverse. So if there was anyone who was trying to be, I heard a thief of joy, a thief of energy, trying to siphon your energy, trying to pull on you, trying to literally siphon your life force energy. That shit is being returned to you. That shit is being sent back. The energy that they were trying to use is being sent back. They're going to get fucked up. This could be people who were surrounding you, people that were in your life, that, you know, you communicated with, held in high honor. and you didn't even know it. These people were, feeling some type of way, feeling froggy, feeling envious. Yeah. We got message. You're going to get a message soon that could possibly confirm what I just said. Let's see. What else do we have? Yeah, some of that energy could have been coming from your own family. Unfortunately, it be like that sometimes. It be like that. We love our families, but sometimes you have to, you have to separate yourselves. It happens. We got message of concern with journey. This is given like some people could be, communicating with you, wanting to come back in connection with you. They could be faking concern, saying they've been thinking about you, when really, all they're after is some form of payout. We got adjudication here with toil and labor, mature woman. That just goes back into that whole fraudulent paperwork situation with the life insurance policy. I'm tired of talking about that, honestly. I wish, that shit would just, go ahead and pass. But the energy has not played out yet. So when these people get caught up and, that money is returned to you, then they'll stop bringing it to my attention. So, but in the meantime, between time, just know I'm sick of hearing about it. Shit. Run the coins. Run the coins. Shit. Stop playing. Yeah, run the coins. Great Fortune came out. Great Fortune child. So again, there could be some form of life insurance policy left to a child, some form of estate that was left to a child or in a child's name, in a grandchild's name even. Yeah. Whoever did this, they're gonna be, going to jail. Yeah. House in reverse with despair, imprisonment. With false person on the bottom of the deck. It could be a married couple or soon to be divorced couple. One of those partners is in bad health at this time. They're concerned about being called out, concerned about being found out. Could be an older man. Yeah, they're experiencing a lot of change right now. Could possibly have to move, change locations. They could be getting put out of a home at this time. Yeah, an official person has served a notice. That's shit. Is there anything else? We're going to end this like around 20-25 minutes. I'm not staying with y'all all day. I'm not about to take up all my fucking, uploading. I got some other things to do. I'm trying to figure out life. Again, if any of this is hitting home for you, please, where did these cards come from? Oh, these are mixed up. Okay, if any of these card messages are for you, if you want a closer look into this, I am still open for the quick check-ins. Also, if you need a full reading, I still have those available as well. Quick check-ins will get you, surface level. I can't even really say surface level, because if I see something, I'm gonna say something. I kept hearing the other day, I will always give you more, I will never give you less. What the fuck? Busta Rhymes said, look, I can't help it. I can't help but to give. That's why my prices are the way my prices are. However, at this time, I'm opening up the quick sessions, the check-ins, so everybody can get access to what they need. I can get access to what I need, and everybody is cool and taken care of. But anywho, like I was saying, even the cards that fell out of this deck, they don't go in this deck. We have the ashtray in reverse, which means the trash is taking itself out. We have the deleter card, meaning either somebody is trying to get rid of some form of evidence. They could be scrubbing a phone, getting information from a phone, or deleting evidence from a phone. This could even be, I just saw somebody from this, throwing a makeshift gun, a patchwork gun. The kind of gun that you have to put together is not from the same gun. It's different pieces. I didn't even know you could do that. Can you do that? I don't know. Somebody threw that motherfucker in the river. I don't know what they did with it. I was going to say the ocean because this is the ocean, but somebody threw that shit in the river. But anywho, we got return receipt here. So that's a return to sender. So anything is given Miss Seeley. What you done to me already been, done to you. So yeah, you didn't even have to do anything. This shit just automatically came about. It just automatically is. You are protected divinely. You know, just continue to do what it is that you're being guided to do. Because right now I feel like you're guided to start coming back outside, fixing your hair, your nails, your clothes, getting dressed. If you do your makeup, you're doing your makeup right now. You're cooking more inside the house, not going out. Being more nurturing, more in your feminine energy, more receptive to, you know, people, other outside energies, where you're literally conjuring and bringing and calling in this abundance that you've been seeking, this abundance that you could have possibly even been lacking, feeling like you were alone, feeling like you didn't have anybody in your corner. Even if you did, you could have been surrounded by people. You ever been surrounded by people and still feel like you were fucking alone? Yeah, that energy. Because it's not necessarily always a, you know, physical situation. It could be a mental situation where you feel like literally no one can assist you. And there's some situations where even, you know, when you're going through something, no one can assist you. There's some situations that are so protected and so divine because it's meant for you to grow. It's meant for you to stretch. It's meant for you, like this rubber band, it's meant for you to stretch. It's meant for you to create that tension within yourself so you can get the growth in that is going to elevate you to the next level. So just like some waist beads, like when they pop after they've been, you know, around your waist, they have absorbed that energy. They have created, you know, or absorbed any tension that may have been coming your way that you had to grow through. And, you know, that's done. You're done with them. Now you move on to the next phase. You move on to the next level. You move on to the next set. So, you know, either way, there's growth and there's protection, but it's also an elevation of sorts because they have done their job. You have done your job. You have stayed resilient. You have stayed the course. You have been faithful. And now it's time for you to reap your rewards. My voice is fucking about to go. I've literally had an hour and a half of sleep today with 2 cups. No, I had a cup and a half of coffee. But yeah, we got old school here. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So this is what you're releasing, what you're coming out of this anxiety, out of this old traditional thought process that you have to do things a certain way. I don't know. I just saw an orb going that way. But like, you're over or coming out of you having to do things a certain way. You could even be, you know, used to, you know, friends and family telling you, you know, maybe you should do things a certain way. And, you know, maybe, you know, you're not always meant to listen to all advice. Take it with a grain of salt. You love them, yes, with the love part here. You love them, but all journeys are not alike. All journeys are not the same. And some journeys, you know, you have to walk that line. You have to walk that tension. You have to, you know, do that, you know, take the extra mile so you can grow. Because if you don't, how are you going to elevate into the next step? We got hammer. Even if you have to start over, rebuild, try it again. Sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. At some point, you're going to fucking get there. At some point, you're going to reach the destination. At some point, the cycle is going to break and you're going to reach where you need to go. Yeah, learn from the past. It's all about perception. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? We got partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. So right now you could definitely be like, you know, living in the moment, or this could be the era that you're entering into where, again, I said outside. So this could be you entering into rooms where, you know, you're going to be partying more. You're going to be hanging out more. You're going to be socializing more, and not necessarily like partying where like you at the club constantly, but it's like a socializing thing where like you're getting out with friends. You're going out to dinner. You're going to, you know, meet up with people, going to events together. So this is just like you having your reintroduction to the public. Yeah, that's what that is. We have the dragonfly on the bottom of the deck. Lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light so they can heal. The dragonfly also gives me like expansion energy. So yeah, that's definitely where you are right now. There could also be some clarity and truth being revealed to you right now. Honor and protection and determination. You are definitely divinely protected, especially because of your determination, because of your resilience. Underneath the dragonfly card, there's the engagement ring here. So again, there could be a higher level of commitment for some of you that's coming in when it comes to partnership, when it comes to business, when it comes to just friendship in general. So I'm gonna close this reading. I ain't come here to lay with y'all long. Some of y'all may be laying up real soon with somebody. Anywho, that's none of my business, so I'm a mind mine. But yeah, y'all have fun, be safe, be protected out here. I love y'all. Namaste. Thank you for joining me on Titties and Tarot fucking Saturday. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later.